So shine, so shine, shine bright. So shine, so shine, shine bright.
Welcome to another session in this Soul Shine Summit series. And we are with a beautiful being who allows you to truly shine your soul light. Raphael Weisman is here and he teaches on the path of the heart. This is a magical journey and he is a beautiful facilitator for this. Raphael is a channel for the wisdom of the angels. His story is on acoustichealth.com, and we invite you to check that out from our archives. But here in today's presentation, we are talking about letting go of the stories. Hi, Raphael. Thank you for being here. Welcome.
Hi, dear. It's good to be back. Always a joy.
Letting go of the stories. This is huge because this is truly liberating. We don't have to carry that anymore. Explain to us the meditation that we're going to experience and then what this truly means, letting go of the stories.
So it's pretty clear we all carry stories from our past, from our childhood, the ways we see ourselves. Perhaps it's I'm too this, I'm too that, too fat, too thin, too skinny, too old, too all of the stories about mostly about why we cannot live in joy, why we can't prosper, why we cannot thrive, why we can't find the right person, why we can't find the right money. All the things that keep us back are essentially just stories. They don't have a reality. They're mostly built on memories and they're built on the past. And so the guides have asked us through this Path of the Heart course that we've been doing. And then also they decided to channel a short meditation and, a short message about the whole concept of letting go of the story and why it's important and how we can achieve it. And then they followed up with another channeling, almost like a sequel, reminding us how much we have the power. So a lot has to do with the power of our command as sovereign beings and the trust in our own power to be able to release for once and for all the ways in which we have seen ourselves up to now. And so we are invited in essence to examine our stories. And in the course, we've actually been given the task of spending that week between sessions to write down our stories, perhaps draw them, to be creative and have fun with it. So it's not just, serious old stuff, but to actually find a way to look at where we've been held back and how seriously we take our stories and how, like the record that doesn't allow you to move on because it keeps skipping back. It keeps repeating over and over. So there's a way in which you can interrupt that by using your command. For each one of us carries the power within us, the power of our God essence, to command the release of these stories, to call in guides, to call in angels, to call in all the holy beings to assist us in this process, and to totally trust in our own ability, our own self-authority to create for ourselves or collectively, to create some form of ritual that accentuates and emphasizes and aligns us with a higher power and with all the elements. So just as we would do a ceremony to bless the waters in the medicine water wheel, we call in the directions, we call in our ancestors, we call in our angels, our guides, we call in whoever it is that we honor as aspects of a higher vibration, and we ask them all to surround us. And they are in the field of union. We actually create a field of union, a unified field, when we do an intentional ceremony. So we call in the directions, we call in the above, the below, the four directions, above, below, and the within. When we did our ceremony in the course, we played some music. We used singing bowls. I used the native flute. We use the tingshas, the chimes, and we create a field, an energy. And we did it actually at my altar at home. So I had access to all of my ritual objects. I had the tingshas and I had the Tibetan bowls. We smudged before we do the whole ceremony to cleanse ourselves of any negative energies. And then we create this unified field by calling the ancestors, by calling the directions, the four archangels, calling in those particular guides and angels that we each hold dear. And so we created a collective ceremony, but you can do an individual one. It doesn't have to be in a group, but if you have a group and you would like to gather together, by all means, it's even more powerful when two or more are gathered. So the whole idea is that you spend the time, perhaps a week, before you actually do the ceremony, and you write down the list of all the stories that you recognize are part of the so-called problem. Why you feel stuck. Because my dad didn't give me attention. My mother never had time for me. All the stories we continue, why we cannot prosper, why we don't have a way in which we can see ourselves as having enough abundance in our lives. And so the concept is that we prepare ourselves by meditating and looking at our stories and also considering what's on the other side of that story. What is it like when you've released your story? And then we bring the stories, could be pages and pages. It could be just a long list of items from your past. You know, poor me, I'll never get on in life. I'll never meet the right person. I'm always this, I'm always that. And you write this list and then you crumple it up and you put it in a bowl. And then together or on your own, we call in again, you know, the angels to help to carry this energy out into the ethers to dissipate it. And we put a match or we put a candle lighter to it and we watch it burn and we make sure it burns down to the ashes. Essentially, we're consigning our stories to the fire. We're consigning them to the elements. Before we did, you know, as part of our ceremony also, we were asked to bring some soil, the four elements. We had the smoke from the smudging. So we had air and we had fire by lighting a candle. So we have air and then water. We had some sacred water on the altar. And when we before we burnt the stories, as we crumpled them up, we put some sprinklings of soil, a little bit of water, a little bit of smudge. We smoked them, and then we light the fire and put the fire to our stories. Take the bowl outside, or if it was cold and it's nighttime, you can just take it to the oven and put on the fan, and you consign all the past, all the stories to the fire, to the flame. And then energetically, like the phoenix, right? Something new has the potential to arise. And then you have the opportunity to thank the ancestors, to release the four directions, to give thanks to all of the angels and guides that have been there with us, to thank our own higher self. And then we make sure that everything is just ash. And then either the next day or that same day, depending on when and where one of our attendees of the class is in Australia. So we're looking at different day and night times. And then you consign the ashes. You send them back to the earth, or you blow them into the air, and you allow them to dissipate, and they're gone. Sometimes when we do heart thread, and we have the same thing, we'll take the past and we'll send it off in a ship out past the horizon, or we'll put it on a balloon and send it up into the air, so it's gone. It's no longer in our field. But the important thing is to establish that field, that unified field, where it's not just you, it's not just your mind, but your heart is involved, and you're a connection to your higher power and to all your guidance realms, so that you have around you a circle, all of the ancestors that are positive, that have been influences in your lives. You can call in your past lives, your parallel lives, all timelines, and you're witnessing. You're having all of these ancestors and guides witness that now you're making a step. It's like commitment. You've made a commitment to let go, and this is the action you're taking to put it into practice. And then the next week or so, you allow it all to integrate. And you watch when the stories want to trickle back in, you say, no, I'm sorry, but you're gone. I've burnt you. You can't come back anymore. Only positive, loving, expansive energies are now possible in my space. And so when we come to the second channeling that the guides offered us, it was to reinforce the fact that we have the power to do this. We have the command. We are gods, goddesses. We've been everything in all of our lifetimes. And we use this inner power, the wisdom of the heart, and the power of our connection to source is supreme. We can cut ties, you can cut cords, you can cut old agreements with others from past lifetimes. And we do this. And we do this when I do the body code. I do a lot of cutting of cords, releasing of entities. And the smudging will also clear the field of anything. And we always, after we've done the calling in of the four directions and the calling in of the guides, we establish that column of light, connection to heaven and connection to earth, with our heart in the center, and surrounding us are our allies. They can also be, you could call in your totem, your power animal. So it's really an imaginative experience where you can use your imagination. You can be creative. You can create a work of art that you burn. You make it fun, you make it exciting, and you make it something that is meaningful for you. And then we put around ourselves a sphere of golden white light, which we do so often now in almost every single meditation. You call in the column of light from above, below, and the heart, and then you expand that heart field to surround yourself and any group that you're partners with, to surround us with a sphere of golden white light for protection. Keep away any negative vibrations, to not allow any surveillance, any negative energies or entities. They cannot have access, because It's an impermeable membrane for them. And yet for us, we can radiate light. We can take the power of our command and what we have just achieved, and we could send it out to the universe, to those that don't have that feeling of power. So it becomes also a collective gift from each one of us or from us as a group. So that's in a nutshell. You can use the elements I've shared with you, smudging, some sound, different kinds of light. You can call in a mantra and say your mantra. You could do some special breath work. I've been studying a little bit of the Mayan breath work that is extremely powerful. So you can use whatever resources have a resonance with you and your heart. And then it's a good idea to reinforce your own power by not doubting, by trusting that once you make the commitment, and again, once in one of our conversations, I think we read the selection from Goethe about commitment. And in our course, we've been working with commitment and trust and forgiveness, almost like 3 pillars. And also we just started to look at the whole concept of time. Because in the timeless reality of the now, you are also affirming that you are immortal, eternal, infinite, and universal. And so you're bringing all of time together in that moment when you're burning your stories. It no longer exists. You're taking it into the no time. It's going back to source. It's dissipating into the nothingness. So it's kind of fun. And it's it makes more sense to do it with fun. I know at the end, have a piece of chocolate or glass of wine, do something to celebrate, and then let it settle in you. And then perhaps, you can create your own rituals, your own ceremonies. And now we're going to start our list to God. Hey, I want this, I want that, and questions for God. So this is what our class is working on for the next ceremony, but they're going to do it on their own this time so that they empower themselves and trust that they have that power.
Thank you for this incredible lesson. This presentation is actually a little mini workshop. It's a gift for those to move into this new year of 2024 free of those stories. Thank you for that. The instruction that you just provided is essential for the 2 videos that we're going to play now. One is the letting go of the stories, the channeled message that empowers us to write those stories. And then we're going to do, in between, there'll be a ceremonial period. And we'll have the instruction again for those who want to come back. And then they can listen to the You Are Powerful channeling, where you make your list to God and you command. This is beautiful. Thank you. And it's all part of the Path of the Heart 12-week course that is going on.
The next time we do this same series, it will be more powerful because we'll have it under our belt. And eventually it will also become something of a book. I'm starting to get the feelings of how to manipulate and work with formulating some form of book that's not just going to be a dry workbook any longer. But I would also recommend for anybody who wants to work with all of this material that the book, The Path of the Spiritual Warrior, would be a foundation for everything that we're doing. In fact, it's a great foundation for the spiritual work at all levels. So thank you for this opportunity to share this. And I hope people do have fun. but also get the results,
Yes.
because that's the purpose, is to shift your life to the whole next vibration, because we're here for the new earth. And this will allow you to move to another frequency that's the closer and closer to the realization, manifestation of the new earth, on heaven on earth, as we call it.
Yes, it's beautiful. And what a great practice for those who are watching and listening to do during this time. It's really wonderful. And as we know, we cannot take our luggage or baggage with us to New Earth. So this is a powerful tool. Thank you for sharing it. It's loaded with wisdom. And again, we invite everyone to use this in your own time. We're going to play those videos, but we're going to have you use this in your own time so that you can experience this. And when you're done, have fun, sing and dance, whatever rocks your boat, go do that. The joy that you bring to this is conscious and alive and powerful as well.
Once again, we are here. Blessings. Blessings and peace to you. Everything is different. The ground is wet. Little droplets of snow are beginning to form in the skies. And things have shifted. Things have moved. And today we would like to continue the theme of stories. The theme of letting go of the stories and of valuing the stories. For as in this world of duality and polarity, everything has both sides to it. And there in the middle too is the energy of unified field, of coming together at a higher vibration, of a harmonization that takes place between the two poles. And so today we want to encourage you. We have asked those in our class to write their stories and then burn them. We are encouraging you to look back, not to dwell upon it, but to take note of that which was so important to you, that which has become your story, that which you seem to be attached to as a way of seeing yourself. And so we are looking for you to see yourself through brand new eyes. And this time we would like to emphasize the power that you have to let go of the stories that hold you back, that no longer of any value to you, and that allow you now to become the powerful human being that you are. You were engineered, you were orchestrated, your blueprint was designed to a frequency of God's love, to a perfection that is the true nature of who you are. This perfection is not some kind of fantasy perfection, but this blueprint, this God-given seed that you have within you, within your heart, that dwells within every cell of your body, within the DNA, in every cell, in every fiber, in every atom and molecule. These are emphasizing your power to choose, your power to command, and your power to release anything that no longer allows you to live in a frequency and vibration of the new earth. And so we are asking you to contemplate how powerful you truly are, and how the power of choice allows you to release the old stories, the poor me, the don't have enough, the wrong side of the tracks, too thin, too fat, too helpless, all of the ways in which you have seen yourself and believed yourself to be, which we have called your stories. These, it's time to release now. And you release them through your command. You release them by stating that you now release them. You send them to the light, you send them to God or Goddess, you send them down into Mother Earth, you write them, you burn them, you consign them to the ashes, to the smoke. You return them to the elements, for everything is made up of the elements of belief, the elements of your mind, and the elements of your conditioning. For your conditioning has stated that you are helpless, that you must obey authorities, that you must give your power away, and that you must forget the memories that you do have of your other lifetimes, of your karma, of your timelines, and of the energies that are interdimensional, multidimensional, that you have inhabited, that you have lived, and that are still dwelling within your memory. And so today we are asking you to remember your power, to remember that you and everything is interconnected. And as you make a shift in your own consciousness, as you choose, as you decide differently, as you decide to let go of the image you have, of the assumptions you have about how you think others see you, and how that is so important to you. So we are asking you to let go, to use your power to eliminate from your vocabulary can't, no, unless it's necessary, and have not, and some of the many other, let's call them negative energies and belief systems that make up the story. We are going to be with you through this current transition that everyone is experiencing, because the stories are changing, and the potential for the stories to change are extremely currently powerful. Everything is moving. Everything is shifting in the northern hemisphere. You are beginning to notice the chill, perhaps the rain or the snow or the freeze. It's time for a shift. You have your holidays coming up, your time with family, when many of the old patterns are going to be rekindled, when the triggers will be with you. The old stories will come up in your mind, and you will feel as if you are stuck again, like the old record. But we want to remind you how powerful you are, how you can choose to just say, I let it all go, and to make it gone just through the command of your power. That is really all it requires. Just like that. As John Henry says, because you can, for you can. Because nothing is more powerful than the energy of love, the energy of your heart, and even more so, the energy of your beliefs. You have choice. You have always had choice. Perhaps you never exercised it, but now we're asking you to exercise your choice, to choose a different program. It is time. It is time for you to understand how powerful you really are and to exercise that power. For nothing is more potent than your ability to choose, to shift, to ascend, to raise your frequency to the highest levels that you possibly can. Everything in the universe, the cosmic energies, are moving in the direction of helping you to make new choices, to tell and create new stories, the stories of the new earth. For this is why you are here, and this is why you are listening to us. This is why you are doing your spiritual practice, going into nature, ensuring that you are healthy, that you have a good, healthy diet, that you drink plenty water, and most of all, that you have a healthy attitude. So hold steady, connect with Mother Earth, Father Sky. Allow the changes of weather, of climate, to be just what they are, without any judgments upon them. Allow everything to be what it is. See through the eyes of God, the eyes of unconditional love. Speak with the power of your throat chakra to speak truth and wisdom and love. Remember that you are made of God's love. You are the essence of God's love, the expression of God's love. And know that your guides and your angels are there beside you to help you to embrace your power. Know that we love you, we watch over you, we guide you. Pay attention. Go into the stillness, into the silence. Allow your heart to open. Allow your baggage, your shoulders, to relax, to melt away. Allow your heart to open, the stillness to fill you. Allow yourself to see through new eyes. We love you. Blessings and peace to you all. May the coming season bring you much joy and peace and love and deep gratitude for everything. And may you find it in your hearts to forgive yourself and those who were part of the old stories. Remember, you are powerful. Remember to let go. Let go of the stories, the ones that no longer are valid, that no longer serve you. We love you. You are one with us as we are one with you. Blessings and peace.
So shine, so shine, shine bright, so shine So shine bright.
Blessings and peace to all. May the living spirit that is in our life come forward and bless you and bring you peace. May love fill your heart. May the blessings, the joys of life fill your days, your nights. And may you find that deep peace within. So that whatever shows up in your life, you have that strength, that energy of being grounded in Mother Earth, connected to Father Sky, to the heavens, to your source, your origin, to the divine energy, that spark of light, that spark of divine fire that animated you, that allowed you to come to this planet at this time, to do your part, to play your part upon the stage of life. For as long as you are given the opportunity to flourish, to blossom, to experience, to bring forth great richness of life, of culture, of blessing and of love. As you look around the world today, you see many who do not seem to live a life, do not seem to comply with the kind of way of being that we are recommending for you. The simplicity of being in nature, the beauty of the stream, of the trees, of the birds, the leaves falling, the shift to the winter time, the cold of the fall, a time of great reflection before you're feasting and you're celebrating. It is time to reflect, to see how far you have come and where you are going, to see what your heart has been desiring and what it is that you can do to fulfill that heart's desire. For many of you, it is to be of service, to find a place within the world where you bring your gifts, where you bring your special quality of energy that only you can do, that special vibration that you have been cultivating all this time. For there is within you a rising up of a longing for the new earth, the new world, a new reality to exist upon this planet where the horrors of war, where the inhumanity, the cruelty has no longer any purchase, where it no longer takes hold in the minds, in the hearts of the people. And they can experience life in its simplicity and in its beauty, and with great comfort. For so many on your planet do not have even the bare minimum basics, that those in the West, those in the countries of affluence, take for granted. It is not going to be possible to take much for granted for too long, for everything has been shifting. Everything is moving towards what you might call a denouement, a resolution point, a closing of chapters, and a new chapter, a new book, a new novel has begun. And you are one of the actors, one of the players, one of the performers on the stage, with all your challenges, all your longings, all the things you wish to achieve, all the places that are in you, in the shadowed lands, that you would like to bring light to. Now is a good time for that. Now is a good time. If you make it so, it will be a good time. A time for releasing, for letting go of the stories that have kept you bound. For nothing keeps you in bondage more than the stories you believe about yourself and about how things are meant to be or how they are, from a perspective of assumptions. It is beautiful to live simply, to take your time, to find some ways to connect with peace, with Mother Earth, with the living creatures. Find yourself some time. Allow yourself to live simply. Allow yourself to enjoy the beauty of the waters. The stillness of the running stream, even within the sounds of the ripples, the little waterfalls. There is a deep peace. The energy of water is your greatest ally. For you are water. It reminds you of home. It is the essence of flow. The ability to go with that energy that comes and goes, or the cycles, the seasons, knowing that time moves in a fluid motion, and that even though you cannot stop time, you can take that pause, that breath, to find a moment of recognition, allowing yourself to examine everything, allowing yourself to believe in something that is beyond the illusion, that is beyond the assumptions, the belief systems. For what is permanent in this lifetime is Mother Earth and Father Sky. And your heart in the center creates for you a coming together, of the old and the new, beginnings and the endings, the people that come, the people that go. For many are leaving at this time. They have done their share, they have done their job. or they have had their contracts, and it is time for them to leave. And there will be more and more. As the energies take hold of the darkness that is upon you, and you are being asked to find that beginning of the light, the new light that comes with the solstice, which is not that far away from you. There will be your feasting, your thanksgiving, and then the snows will come, the rains will come, and things will quieten. And everything will change. And many things will stay the same. The constant flux back and forth, like the tides. The moon and the sun and the stars will continue upon their course, changing according to a design that is masterful, that is the hand of the great intelligence that created you, that created all that is, that created the magic and the beauty of nature, that created the magnificent body that you have, that life energy, that mystery. You are a great mystery. Everything is a great mystery. So keep steady, trust, have patience. The new earth is on its way and the old earth is on its way out. And everything is shifting. Everything is changing. Nothing remains the same except the appearances. Can you live simply? Can you find ways to show gratitude? To show compassion, forgiveness? Can you bring that into those trying times, those places in your life of challenge? Can you allow each one in your life to experience their own karma, their own life, the results of their own activities and actions, beliefs? And can you hold steady to yours, to the knowing that you are always watched over by guardian angels, by guides, and that your life unfolds with magic, with ease and grace, with great blossoming. If you live a way in which this is your reality, it will be so. For the sun will always be shining in the sky, even behind the clouds and the snow. And the water will continue to flow. And you and many will come and will go, lifetime after lifetime. Or perhaps for you, this is it. This is the grand finale, where you have come to fulfill your mission, to bring light, to bring love and healing to the planet, to bring the era of a new dawning, a new age, a new world, a new universe, a new sun, a new grandeur. For human spirit, the human spirit is indomitable. In spite of everything, You can survive, you can thrive, you can triumph. The days of the darkness are coming to an end. It takes time, for everything must happen according to its design. But the design is moving, the design is in place. And so you will find, when you remain steady, when you connect to Mother Earth by the sky, your hands upon your heart, you open your heart, and you send that radiant love out to touch the hearts of those who need it. You give what you can and you do what you can. You will be part of that stream that flows towards the great ocean. The movement towards a new world, a new reality upon this planet, where you will be embraced by your galactic friends, and you will know the new earth as a place of cooperation, of harmony and peace. We wish this for you, for you are not alone. You have never been alone. Enjoy every moment. Feel the blessings. Feel the warmth. Feel the love. We are showering it upon you. Everything is in its perfect place. Can you allow that to be so? For as you allow it, so it shall be. That is unconditional love. Allowing everyone and everything to be exactly what it is, including yourself. Remember to celebrate yourself, for you've come a long way. It is time for peace. It is time for you to know who you are, to know your strengths, your power. Use your power to create blessings, benevolence, love, and shine that light that you are upon all. We love you. May the living spirit that is in our life come forward and bless you with deep, deep peace.
So shine, so shine, shine bright.
Thank you, Raphael, for this. The meditations are beautiful, and we can feel the wisdom and the light coming through them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear. Lovely to be here again.
And I wanted to say before we let you go that you have a beautiful special offer. You do work with the body code and the emotion code and heart thread. And you also do personal one-on-one channeling sessions. So we invite those who are watching and listening to scroll down on this webpage and check those out. You've got a special offer for those, which that's very gracious of you. And we hope that people will resonate and take you up on that offer. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Would you like to add anything about those sessions?
Yes, I'm having the most amazing results from them. People are, this morning I did, a friend of mine was really, really, really bad. And I went into her home and I brought my laptop with me and I gave her a session and I could tell how much it was shifting her energy. I also had a beautiful response from a young lady that I did a session with. She said for the first time in her life, she had felt relief from fear, I think it was. She was going through some very fundamentally heavy stuff, and for the first time in her life, she's actually felt the freedom from that. So I am uh, very grateful that this work has come to me, and that also in the channeling sessions I've been able to, often I am not sure whether we're being accurate because I'm channeling. So I always ask, is this resonating with you? And I almost always I get yes, absolutely. It's exactly on point. And the questions that they bring forth and the answers that come forth, it's always, I'm just blown away how empowering the guides that are working through me are, and how much their love and their concern for what people are going through comes through with absolute wisdom and truth that is, I believe, completely divine. So yes, this work is powerful and people are returning. That's why I have a three session offer, and now I've got a 5 session offer as well, because sometimes it takes time. You have to peel away the layers. And I believe Dr. Brad, the creator of the body code, actually said that sometimes it can take up to about 6 sessions before you actually notice. And sometimes 1 session is enough. So it gives you the possibility of working long term and having a nice discount as well. It's a good Christmas present for your family and friends.
Yes, it's a really empowering option for people moving into the new year, fresh and clean and sparkly and empowered. Really wonderful. We are moving into an 8 year, 2024, and it's not only abundance, but it's infinity. It's whatever we can dream. And without these stories, and without the emotions and the codes that you help clear with your personal sessions, we are truly free to create the new, unharnessed, unbridled. And that is exciting to everyone. That's really what makes us very, very powerful. And we know it's going to be a powerful year. As we close our session, do you have any word or statement or comment about this new year coming up?
Yes, I'd like to reiterate those 3 pillars that we mentioned: of trust, of forgiveness, and of commitment. They are challenging sometimes to believe in and enact, but it's what makes the difference. And the 4th element that I would say is to always remember, whenever your shoulders are starting to get tight and stiff and the tension's building up, to remember to breathe and let go. That of all the gifts that we have as part of our magical bodies and beings, the remembrance of our breath allows us to shift the focus and relax and release.
Powerful, beautiful, exquisite. Raphael Weisman, thank you for this soul shine conversation and this workshop lesson. We are in gratitude. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. God bless.
Namaste.
Namaste. inakits.
So shine, so shine, shine bright. So shine, so shine, shine bright.
This has been a presentation of New Earth One Network, your home for New Earth living. Access information, education, and videos on living from the heart in unity consciousness. Visit newearth1.com.